Bumgardner with AAFMAA, the American Armed Forces Mutual Aid Association. For more than 144 years, we have been serving our military community. Our mission is to be the premier provider of financial solutions for the American Armed Forces community. And as the Director of Partnership and Member Engagement, I talk with other nonprofit organizations about what they are doing to help service members, their families, veterans, and the military community at large. And today we're talking about how to hire a veteran. And I'm speaking with Jesse Sieff and John Meadows today about their work to ensure veterans and their spouses are set up for success to find work after service. Jesse is a former Marine and was once part of the Commandant's Own, a U.S. Marine Drum and Bugle Corps, which if you've ever had the opportunity to see, know how truly amazing and impressive it is. John is a photographer and facial expressional coach who helps his clients build and create connections. And together they have created a way to not only give back to the military community, but help those searching for jobs after service to have a leg up. So thank you both for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sarah. It's great to talk to you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm so happy to have this conversation. So, Jesse, what is the mission of the CDC, the Career Development Convention, and how did you and John found that?
Well, great question. So our mission statement is to empower the transitioning military community with career development opportunities and renew confidence in their pursuit of professional success. So that confidence piece is extra important because we're talking about personal branding. Mm-hmm. And not only is that crucial for your employers, for your prospective opportunities to develop your career, by way of a first impression, but it's also a first impression for yourself, right? Mm-hmm. It's a new identity that you're establishing as a professional. And that's why we say we're empowering you with a renewed confidence. So pairing that with the resources and, the other opportunities all in one place, we just think is the most streamlined way to do it. So, we basically want to accomplish that by just combining world-class media, professional branding services, mm-hmm. and direct access to fulfilling career opportunities. And that was all kind of spawned to answer your second part of the question. I taking you back to 2020, I was transitioning out of the Marine Corps. And I decided to go the entrepreneurial route. And I was background as a musician. I had video production skills, and I really didn't have any business being in business. So I had a lot of imposter syndrome, and I was educating myself, doing networking events, and incredibly stressful, just figuring out who am I, what do I do, what am I supposed to do with my new trajectory and career path. And through mutual connections, I was referred, I think, by Michael Quinn, and got connected with John because he had been doing a Headshots for Veterans for free event for like 4 years or something. And later that year, I think it was 2021, I ended up going. I loved the idea. I saw the outstanding work that John was doing with the headshots. And I'm like, I'm going to go there. I love this idea. I'm going to bring my video camera, do a recap video. So I was a beneficiary of the headshots first, and then I really got to understand, wow, I actually didn't know I could feel this way about my own picture, you know what I mean? Which is the first impression. So I'll leave that to John to kind of fill you in on the rest of that story on how we actually started the Career Development Convention.
Sure, yeah. So I did 4 years of this Headshots for Veterans event. I realized that I had a really valuable skill. Didn't take long to deliver one great headshot of someone. And I have a brother-in-law who was a sniper in the Army in Afghanistan. And I worked on a political campaign with a retired Air Force colonel, and that upped my appreciation for everything the military community does, including military spouses. And so I was like, I'm going to just one day a year open up my calendar. Veterans, transitioning service members, and military spouses can meet me. I need a sponsor. I need a building for this. I don't want to have to be buzzing everyone in throughout the day. AAFMAA was sponsoring the event at the Manor House when Jesse and I met. And so I thought Jesse was cool. He was creative with video too. So we got talking, and he said, we could do more than headshots. Headshots are great, but we could do more. And I was like, let's just keep it simple, free. the one day a year, and eventually he wore me down. And so we started this bigger event with quarterly events in between the annual events to help in a more full way, more complete way with professional development.
That's so wonderful. It's great to see kind of two people, maybe on two different sides of things, right? One, somebody who was active duty, who went through that transition. As we know, when service members are transitioning from service, there is this kind of identity crisis that happens, right? Who am I? What am I going to do next? I'm not being told what I have to do anymore, and I can kind of think for myself and open that up. And then bringing in this creative aspect of a headshot, which is, it's really your first impression to an organization or a company when you go to get hired. So the value in having a professional headshot can just really give you a leg up when you're trying to navigate all these other things. And so I think it's wonderful for you to bring that both together and to say, we can now bring in organizations and companies to be there. So as these veterans are getting their headshots, or their military spouses getting the headshots, they can talk to companies who are actively hiring to say, hey, we'd like to talk with you. Do you have a resume, or things like that? So bravo on doing that. John, what can service members or veterans and military spouses expect when they attend one of your events, these CDC events?
Sure. So to the professional headshots, we kept that piece. And we added a video profiles piece, a chance for you to record with coaching your introduction to the world, especially useful on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, you should be on LinkedIn. And we've added educational content to teach important concepts to inform these, especially transitioning service members, how it will be, what they need to be doing, what's important. And we also have a networking component, which was happening organically. Jesse really noticed that. I was shooting everyone 3 minutes a person in the other room. Jesse noticed that there was networking going on of people waiting, and after they finished, they were sticking around and learning from each other. So there's a networking component for the whole event. And there is a job fair where people in the military community can meet employers who are interested in working with them, hiring them. And our goal is that they create great connections with those companies. And our ultimate dream goal is that people actually leave with a job. This is happening at the Army Navy Country Club again this year. And it's an awesome venue for this. So that's where we're doing it. That's what we're doing. That's what they can expect from it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that it's great to be able to go to, there's lots of job kind of fairs or hiring events for service members and veterans, but what makes this really unique is that the person's going to walk away with something tangible, right? They're going to walk away with this beautiful headshot. They're going to walk away with a snippet, a professional media snippet of them to be able to market themselves now in their new identity of what that is, to be able to get a job. And then there's this a whole other, aspect of networking, and then organizations and companies that are there saying, we want to hire you. We want to have a conversation, see where you fit in. And I think that's what makes this really unique, is that you walk away with something very tangible and usable, and then also with the opportunity to be able to potentially walk away with a job on that day. So
that's the goal.
It's very cool how you have packaged this all together. And I think it's a really awesome opportunity for companies that are looking to hire, right? So we're here to talk about, how do you hire a veteran, or how do you hire someone transitioning from service? Well, you come have a table here at the CDC, at the Army Navy Country Club, and you'll be able to do that and have that pool. So how exactly, Jesse, how can organizations or companies that are looking to hire veterans and military spouses, how do they participate?
Well, thanks for that question, Sarah. I mean, that's really the ultimate goal, and you articulated that very well, by the way. It's really about getting vets, military spouses, and active duty transitioning the opportunities, and the ultimate goal is to find them fulfilling career paths. So the best answer I can give is first I want to emphasize the epiphany which is personal branding works both ways. It not only helps the attendee, the people that are coming there to develop their careers, communicate their professionalism to employers, but from the employer's perspective, you are also benefiting from that halo effect of media. So by participating in that, you are amplifying the impact of your marketing, your visibility, and your credibility as an employer, because now you have a fresh pipeline of candidates. You can understand more about their personality and make better hiring decisions, because we're basically pulling together highly selected, people that are going out of their way to dress up nice, get their headshot done. They're the go-getters, right? So the people that show up to this event, those are the people that you want to hire, putting it very simply. So the goal is to keep it free and remove the barriers and remove any resistance to coming to the event and benefiting from it. And of course, that's only possible with committed sponsorships and partnerships. So the best way to get involved is to reach out to one of us directly, either on LinkedIn, or you can email us at info@cdc.vet. And we would be delighted to share more information about sponsorship and the event itself.
That's great. And we'll make sure to drop that in the comments as well, that info@cdc.vet. And as you said earlier, John, right, you should have a LinkedIn, right, if you're a transitioning service member. And if you don't, get one, and then you can find both of them on LinkedIn. So it's, again, a tremendous thing that you're doing. I appreciate your time and effort in doing this and seeing the need for it, and being able to support the whole military ecosystem to be able to come and get a headshot, get that media, and then get a job, hopefully. And like you said, Jesse, these are the people that you want to hire, right? These are the go-getters that say, I see the value in a professional headshot. I see the value of networking, and I want to be employed. So,
on that front, we got survey responses from people who were there last year, and we're seeing that they are highly qualified people. They have a lot of experience. They have top security clearances.
Yeah.
And I think companies can pull from their marketing, their recruiting, and their charity budgets for this. And if you're recruiting these high-level people, typically the fee for recruiting these people is a percentage of their salaries, which tends to be higher, obviously.
Yeah.
And so you could potentially save a lot of money on recruiting by meeting these people at the CDC and hiring.
That's a great point. Wonderful point. Absolutely wonderful point. So I want to thank you both for being here today. I want to thank you for what you're doing in this military ecosystem and setting up service members and organizations and companies for success.
Yeah, likewise, Sarah. We thank you guys. Thank you so much. And we have so much respect for you and the folks at AAFMAA for allowing us to do this. And you've been really good to us in the past. So thank you a lot.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's our pleasure. Well, that's going to wrap up our AAFMAA Live for today. So if you would like more information about AAFMAA and financial readiness within the military community, of course, you can always subscribe here to the QR code on your screen. Otherwise, I thank you for joining us today, and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Sarah.
See you, everyone. Bye.